here we are again, exposing what I think are my weaknesses again. Let's get straight into it. One of the main ones I think I have at this point in time is watching YouTube a lot. I was watching one video in particular and it was talking about what TikTok does to be as addictive as possible so you stay on there for long. Or you stay on there for as long as possible. And at the same time making it seem like you haven't been on there for a while. No, you haven't been on there for long. So for example, like watching it and seeing that 2 hours has flown by. I don't know what the name of the video was. I don't know what the title of the video was. I don't know who made it either. I don't know the channel name, but it'd probably be on my watch history somewhere. But I was wondering if YouTube could do the same thing, and it certainly could be. I know mentally I'm not doing much after watching YouTube for a long time, and just like how they were saying that brain activity is low when watching TikTok for a while, I sense that my brain activity is low when after watching YouTube for a while. It's kind of fucked because with all these rap videos, if I was watching, I've certainly watched. I know I don't want to, rationally speaking, watch these sorts of videos because of how violent the lyrics are. They talk about murder and that. They talk about killing people with that, but I'd still watch them. And I think it's fucked. Me doing this and them being those videos being allowed on YouTube, because if I were in an area that encouraged that sort of thing, I genuinely could have been grooming myself by seeing those videos over and over again. And actually wanted to listen to one intro to a song in particular. It's just the melody at the start before the beat drops. But it's something that I've been thinking, in fact, but just not in that way. In the recent past, I think that sort of music is no more than just another part of the grooming process that these people may be using to get people to join the gangs that these fast lane rappers are in. Some of them are fast laners, some of them aren't. Some of them can actually talk about deep things and be legal, completely legal. Shout out to those people. But I'm talking more specifically about the people who are in the fast lane, who talk about selling drugs and glorify murder and them sort of things there. Glorify them committing the acts. Yeah, I did this, I backed up my shake. Oh. And some of these people that I've seen, especially in older rap videos, they are literally kids. Literally kids. Talking about headshots and anything slightly below. Like little kids, they get them when they're young. These older people, they get them when they're young and recruit them when they're young, so they know that. So that's when the minds are really impressionable. And these people, they just want to be accepted and loved, but then that gets taken advantage of. They get groomed. And because the mind's impressionable, they won't really ask, like, why are we doing this? Or really question what's actually going on. And or they may join, they being the kids, out of fear, but they just try and play it off and make it seem like they're not actually feeling fear by talking about, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. That one of these little kids genuinely, unironically said, I want to kill someone if I see them. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And this is in the older videos as well. Uncensored, unfiltered. He said that. He said that that little kid, who was no older than 15, probably around 13, 14, talking about killing people and that. Come on. I really think that me watching these videos over and over again has to do with low brain activity. Last night I was just watching basically all night, going on to the very early hours of today at around half one or so. And then in the end I just concluded, look, this thing either ends in two ways: dead or jail. But then again, who doesn't really know that? It can be the third option, where you do have a lot of money and you don't get killed off, but I'd imagine you permanently feel on edge. And you may permanently be on the run. That's not really a life. To me, as far as I'm concerned, that's more so just survival and getting by from day to day. And trying to not let the police take your freedom from you because of what you've done, because of the reputation that you've created. I don't want that for myself, and I certainly don't advocate that way of life. I'd say that the fans are no better, because they are providing even more of a positive feedback loop for these people to cause harm onto others, for these people to talk about causing harm onto others publicly. Oh, he's cold, yeah, he's on, he's top 100, top 10, top 50, top 25. Or I'll be watching this in the future or something like that. These people encourage that behaviour. They genuinely might want to be a part of it, but they would have their cake and eat it too. So the closest they can get to doing that is watching the videos. They can watch the videos and then there are no consequences, because they haven't publicly created a reputation of being a gangster. So they're still seen as a law-abiding civilian, but they are watching these videos pretending that they are about that fast lane way of life. It's like talking about people getting killed and laughing at the dead. It's in fact become normal. And homicidal thoughts have become normal in that space. So these people, they'll flex all the money that they want to flex. But literally, as I said yesterday, they will not flex their mental health. They will not flex their mental health. And what a lot is that they talk about it. I'm thinking of one person in particular, one rapper in particular, who said that his mental health's messed up after things he's seen. but that's the closest I've got to hearing someone talk about their mental health. That is it, really. But people more, those sorts of people, they'd be a lot more likely to flex how much money they have, or how much money they have. And how many cars they have, all these fancy cars, all the cash, which is completely useless unless you're invested in it. But how are they meant to know that? Uneducated, too busy listening to that sort of music, then allowing themselves to have that sort of money, but legally, it can be done. There's no shortage of money. Like Elon Musk said, there is no shortage of money. And that number in the bank balance is literally just a number. It's infinite and you could grow it. Just like how I could grow mine. You could grow yours and I could grow mine legally. It is possible. Hey, it may take long and you may be for a very long time in a space where you believe that you're bummy without having you've been bummy due to not having any money really come in or no money come in at all. But if you do what it takes to carry on improving all aspects of your life, cash flows are certainly going to be coming in because of your actions, and legal ones. Not only that, but you can grow them and you can develop your mind, and you don't have to go around thinking that, unironically thinking that there may be people that want to kill you. You don't have to. If you can if you want, but I personally wouldn't. Past a certain point, because I would have improved my mental health, I wouldn't be thinking about that. I know I'd be legal, and I know I wouldn't go out my way to go and wear my money in the form of Rolexes, for example. That's the only name that comes to mind. Just anything extremely fancy that's got a lot of jewelry on it, on the watch or on the chain. I don't want that for myself. I think I will eventually. I'll stop wearing rags. Yeah, eventually I'll stop wearing these bummy clothes. Look at this. Look at this. It's got a hole in it. Hold on, can you see that? There. That's not meant to be there. That's not a part of the fashion. That's just a hole. My Mackenzie t-shirt has got 4 holes in it in the front. It can all change though. I swear. It can all change. I could change all of this. My situation, I could completely change it. It is something that I'm working on every day, and I'm working on it right now by thinking about how I can improve my weaknesses. If we're talking specifically about over-consuming YouTube, and especially not wanting to over-consume that stuff, well, first of all, I've got to make myself aware that I genuinely could have been grooming myself listening to those sorts of videos where they glorify murder. And secondly, just look at the whole of YouTube as a place where it's just a place to breed low brain activity. Seriously, it genuinely could be. Especially if you're using YouTube for entertainment rather than a tool to be able to learn. That is possible, but I personally wouldn't use it this way. Not because I'm against using it as a tool, but because I've been just out of habit. That's my answer, just out of habit. I've been watching YouTube as a source of entertainment for the past maybe genuinely 9 years. I can stop doing it. I can. It is possible. But I've just got to take my time with it and realise how long I've been doing it for. In my head, I was thinking of saying, It is possible, but I've got to get a move on. I do agree with that, but I don't want to rush myself into things. This same place that I'm creating videos for is the same place that I think breeds low brain activity. I personally don't want any of it anymore. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved in lowering my brain capacity this way. I think people, one video on YouTube was saying, if you do it for long enough, you could be increasing your chances of Alzheimer's due to putting your brain in low activity mode for such a long time and before your brain's completely developed. Maybe wrong on that, but let's call it bro science. It's bro science. It's bro science. Oh, look at veins. Well, I saw a lot of veins in my hand. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, you can't really see them. Last night, though, they were really popping. On both hands. Seems like it's popping on my right more than my left. Hold on. But to be fair, I was holding the phone up like this. Maybe that had something to do with it, whereas my hands were just also on my head like this. I said I wanted to focus on my weaknesses. I'd say I have done that. Other than saying I'm done already saving clothes, not having any money come in consistently, and have a stable cash flow. These things, I've got to earn them. I've got to earn them. I've got to earn my keep. And although I do want money coming in. I don't want to do things for money. I don't want to go out my way to chase money, because that's how these homicidal people think. And I know that I don't want to live in that sort of way at all. So because I see that they think that way, that means that I do the opposite. Oh. That means that I have to do the opposite. Oh, excuse me. I want to talk about strengths now. First of all, if there's anything that's now a strength of mine, it's consistency. So any sort of habit that I want to break, I can, because I have that. This strength of mine that I've built over the past more than 7 months. With that, I can break anything and I can build anything that I want to. This physique, I could build on it. My way of life, I can improve it. Anything, any habit I want to break, any habit I want to build, I can do that. So if anything, I'd say my strengths will allow me to turn my weaknesses into strengths by doing the opposite of what I thought was a weakness of mine at the time. For example, going from saying I watch YouTube so much to saying I use YouTube to my benefit rather than my detriment. Or just saying I don't watch it at all. Or maybe just having a balance of both, by saying that when I do watch YouTube, I'm watching it as a tool to learn rather than no more than a source of entertainment, and therefore using it in a way that's detrimental to my health. It might not seem that way short term, but I really believe that it is. I really believe that it's detrimental to my health, especially my mental health. Because after a while, after being on it for however long, and then it's seeming like not a lot of time has passed, but it's been like hours, and be thinking, where's the time gone? Then I'd feel unfulfilled because I would have just, in my eyes, wasted time that I can't get back. And if I keep on putting myself through that cycle again and again and again, then I'd just be leaving myself unfulfilled. Deeply unfulfilled. Thinking that I've wasted my life away. I don't even want to think about that. That sounds awful. That sounds awful. I don't want that for myself. So I really think after long enough, it wouldn't only be detrimental to my health, my mental health especially, short term, because I would have stopped and felt unfulfilled, but long term, that feeling of unfulfillment would have built up into something, just a feeling of unfulfillment that's just even more intense. And then I could be living the rest of my life just feeling bitter. There are these people in the supermarket, we were talking to each other and they're saying, one thing with age is that as you get older, you seem to start to complain more. In my head, I was thinking, no, not everyone necessarily just wastes their life and feels unfulfilled. I didn't think that word for word. I think I thought that something along those lines when I was at home, but I said something similar to them. I said something along the lines of, you don't have to complain if you don't want to. Yeah, that was nowhere near verbatim, and I know it wasn't. But it was something along those lines. I personally believe that if I allow myself to become who I want to be, then I'm not going to go out of my way just complaining. No, I will not be doing that. I was watching I think I said this yesterday. I might have said this yesterday. I remember watching a J. Cole video and it was talking about focusing on what you do have rather than what you don't have. And making yourself believe that you have enough. I'd say, I might say, I don't have any money coming in or anything, or my passenger front tire is deflated and I need to get a car tire inflator pump for it. So many things I need to do. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that. And man, but as a kid, you're not thinking these things. You're not thinking about money. You're not thinking about moving out. You're not thinking about job. You're not thinking about any of these things. Unless you've been working from a very young age. Unless you start working from very young. Like single digits, sort of young. You're working towards something from very young. For example, people out here are in football clubs since they're like 5 years old, and then after long enough, they get to a world-class standard by playing in Premier League and also playing in World Cups and stuff like that. Or they may be a model from very young. They may be an actor or actress from very young. They may be working up towards these things. So there are people actually out there doing these sorts of things. And these people may actually be thinking about work from a very, very, very young age. But for the most part, I can tell you what, I certainly wasn't. I certainly was not thinking about work or a job. I was playing PS2. I was playing FIFA World Cup Germany 2006 on the PS2. That's what I was doing. I remember one time when I was such a little kid, certainly single digits, maybe around 8 or 9. I was just, my knees were on the floor and my torso was laying over the bed, and I was playing that game on the TV and I accidentally shouted. Oh, memories. Primary school times, man. I can't believe that happened. I genuinely might have been like year 4. It happened at home. Of course, can't be playing those sorts of games at school. Fucking school, man. School. Learn how to speak English. Learn how to do basic maths. And that's all you need, really. You don't need any of that geography stuff, that history stuff, the sciences stuff. Don't really need any of it unless you want to learn about that sort of stuff. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But as for what you need, that's basically it, really. In my opinion, that's my opinion. That's not fact. That's my opinion. Because I haven't needed to use anything else outside of school. I'm telling you right now, I haven't needed to use anything else. For my job, I'll need to know biology to a basic standard in the form of knowing about anatomy and physiology. But other than that, that's it, really. Now that I've made this video and I think about it, I'd say, in fact, my strengths are stronger than my weaknesses, you know. With the habit of consistency, I can build anything I want and I can break anything I want. Anything. That I have a lot of power. That anything I want to do, I can do it. Because I've built consistency. Anything I want to change, I can, because I've built consistency, and I won't stop, even when I get to achieving said thing that I wanted to achieve. I've built consistency over these past 7 months, going on 8 months. It's gonna literally be a few weeks until it's been 8 months since I've been on this journey. And I would have got my 1 year life transformation video down. Crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna make so many videos when I do have money coming in from that dream job. I don't know, but I will figure it out. Maybe I just have to simply wake up a lot earlier, and then from there, allow myself to make videos early in the morning, and then that'd be it, really. I'd make the videos early in the morning. I don't know, how the hell would I make videos? How the hell would I make calisthenics logs or weightlifting logs without unveiling anonymity? I've got an answer. I do have an answer, and that's, depending on when my shifts are, I'd go in and I'd do my sessions earlier. I'd do my sessions for me earlier. So I'd do my calisthenics in my normal clothes, and then my weightlifting logs in my normal clothes. I could do do the calisthenics at home, and then do my weightlifting in the gym in my normal clothes before work, and then I do my work. I'd have to talk to Isaac about that, I think, because I have my own aims. I want to achieve a lot in calisthenics and in my weightlifting journey. So I'd have to tell him I can't be training like 4 people a day because I'll burn out. I can't do it. Yeah. Anything seriously, anything I want to achieve, I can, because I've built consistency in my life through having something to show for every single day. I haven't made videos every single day, but I have had something to show for every day. Even if it's a few seconds of me just shrugging and saying I want a break, I've had something to show for every day. I can't say the same on the private second channel though. I haven't done that. I've missed a few days, but I've been putting in so much effort into this. My whole life situation, it can change and is on the way to changing because of my actions. I'm changing it day in, day out, regardless of how much it might not seem like it. I am because I have the consistency there. So anything I want to build, I can. Anything I want to break, I can. I have the consistency. And that outweighs numbing my mind because I can break that with this consistency that I've built. And to help me not watch those sort of videos that are just for entertainment, I can literally I can have a substitute, a real life substitute, number 1. Number 2, change how I think about it. See it as a place that just breeds low brain activity and could potentially destroy my mental health, and potentially may mean that I make myself have Alzheimer's due to constant, prolonged low brain activity. That might not be how it works. I might be wrong, but I'm just saying it could be possible. But anyway, I'm done for now. Got many more videos to make, so I'll see you in the next one. Peace.